Teaching number 6. Blessed are you who come to listen to the Master's lesson, because my teaching is the seed that you will take to future generations. You are the firstborn son who is going to prepare the way for his little brothers by example. This is the third time in which my divine Spirit is poured out on all flesh and on all spirit, in fulfillment of the prophecy that I made to you that every eye would behold me. Truly I tell you that when you communicate from spirit to spirit with my divinity, you will be contemplating me, because in your spiritual gaze I have come to prepare. You are the heirs of my kingdom. The fruit of the tree of life has been given to you by the Father, so that you may be fully fed and then cultivate its seed. The Lord owned the lands and has given them to his children who are you, naming you servants of his countryside. Those who have understood their mission and have known how to work the land, have recreated themselves and make their satisfaction known to me, those who conceived the road adorning it with fragrant flowers, and believing that the tree did not need care and effort to bear fruit, today appear tired. They found in their path so much misery, sin and pain, that they felt powerless to lighten the cross for their brothers. As soon as the day began, they felt tired, they dedicated themselves to healing the sick and they also got sick. But the Master is still among his disciples to give them new lessons and help them up. I say to you, ask me and I will give you, because I am your Father. My teaching, full of love and patience, will turn you into meek sheep that know how to docilely follow the voice of their shepherd. Do not forget that before the ark of the new covenant you swore to comply with the precepts of my law. Yes, disciples, your mission is one of peace and unification. You will have to rebuild my temple, because through you I will bequeath my word, my prophecies and mandates to humanity. I also tell you, why, if you are those inherited by the Father, do you dare to prevaricate or adulterate? Don't you think that with this you increase your restitution? Here is the reason for your illnesses and vicissitudes. If I have made you first, do not become last, take your place and keep this grace until the end of the road. Do not divide yourselves, form a single family, only then can you be strong. Do not be vain, contemplate that your lands are small and still cut your crops. Always be humble and you will be great before the Father. Those who were weak yesterday, will be tomorrow strong, of that tomorrow that you should yearn for, which will be like the dawn of a new day, whose sun shines on your spirit, then some of you will be Cyrenians of the others to help you carry the weight of the cross. Do not consider my work as a burden, nor say that the fulfillment of the beautiful mission of loving the Father and your brothers is heavy for your spirit. The one that is heavy is the cross of your own concerns and those of others for which you will have to cry, bleed and even die. Ingratitude, misunderstanding, selfishness, slander, will be like a lighthouse on you, if you give them shelter. To the reluctant man the fulfillment of my law may seem hard and heavy, because it is perfect and does not protect iniquity or lies, but for the obedient, the law is his bulwark, his support, his salvation. I warn you of everything and I prepare you, so that you know how to spread my teachings with true clarity. I illuminate my spokespersons so that my ray, made into a human word, but full of celestial essence, descends on them to feed, purify and heal the multitudes. Soon the number of my spokespersons will increase, men and women will speak at length and through them I will reveal great teachings to you. I am speaking to you and I am watching over you. Do not sleep like the disciples of the second era while Jesus prayed in the Garden of Olives, because the enemies will surprise you. Pray together with your Master so that your prayer will give you courage and you will not cower before the alarm bells. There are those who doubt my presence, even though they are receiving my communication through their understanding. And when judging their lives, their words and even their thoughts, they consider themselves unworthy, impure, and think that my presence in them is impossible. Truly I say to you, impure and sinful are all these through whom I communicate, but I contemplate their constant effort to make themselves more and more worthy of transmitting my divine word, and my strength and my light are with them. This people, who at the present time should resemble man in full youth, has come as an old man to the presence of his Father, spiritually tired from his long pilgrimage, bowed down by the weight of his burden, withered and disappointed. But to help you on your way I have opened a book, the book of life, in which you will discover the secret of perpetual peace, eternal youth, health and joy. In my countryside, you will recover the vigor that you had lost, O servants. My word always advises you of good and virtue. Do not speak ill of your brothers causing their dishonor, that you do not view with contempt those who suffer from diseases that you call contagious, that you do not protect wars, nor have a shameful occupation that destroys morality and protects vices, that you do not curse anything created, nor take what belongs to others without the permission of the owner, do not spread superstitions. That you visit the sick, forgive those who offend you, protect virtue, give good examples, and you will be loving me and loving your brothers, that in those two precepts the whole law is summed up. Learn my lesson and teach it with your practice. If you do not learn, how do you want to preach my doctrine? And if you don't feel what you have learned, how do you want to teach like the good apostle? Tell me, people, what have you analyzed and practiced so far? My word is clear and simple and you have not yet been able to interpret it, but I come to enlighten you and lead you along the path of light. Do not stray from that path or go backwards, don't be in a hurry either. For love of you I have come to teach you, and I long for you to come to me and raise your song like the angels, glory to God in the highest and peace on earth to men of good will. I also want to hear from you a phrase of repentance, your sincere confession, to comfort and advise you as a father and to be your best friend. Today you still ignore everything that I am going to reveal to you during this stage, step by step I will teach you. My teaching, known by a portion of humanity, will reach its splendor when the time is right. I have not called sages or philosophers to use their understanding, I have chosen the humble, to make them the spokespersons of my word, through whom my Spirit gives you this communication and is delighted to see that you recognize me. The source of my love is overflowing, do you want to receive me? I am in the essence of my word. Unite your song to that of the angels and praise me. Everything you ask for your spiritual progress, I will grant it to you. You are listening to the word of the Father, my gaze penetrates your hearts and in some I contemplate the hardness of the rock and the coldness of the marble, but I make water sprout from the rocks and my love and tenderness will give you the warmth your spirit needs. I formed your body out of matter and gave you my divine breath, I endowed you with conscience so that you could live recognizing me, and from time to time I have come to give you lessons full of wisdom that elevates your spirit. In the second era I sowed my seed of love in you and today I come to cultivate it, at the end of time you will all be with me, as I have been with you. I have polished you along the way, because I want you to be clean and virtuous so that you can become my good disciples. Live watching and praying and all suffering will be bearable, you will not fall into temptation and you will feel that your Father's Spirit is close to you and protects you. Be strong in trials. Remember that Jesus in the second era, when he was offered the cup of bitterness and sensed the pain that awaited him, said, "If it is possible, take this cup away from me, as it is not my will, but yours." You, who also suffer and endure on earth, don't you want to imitate him? Don't you want to follow him? Why do you have less fear now that I speak to you as a comforting spirit, than when I spoke to you as a judge in the first era and as a master in the second, if I am the same spirit that I have spoken to you in the 3 eras? Is it because I speak sweetly to you? I instructed you in the second era and today I come to offer you the same delicacy of my word, because you are my disciples and I want you to feed on me. Resurrect to the life of grace and take advantage of this precise time in which I teach you. Later, when you have received everything that I have prepared for you, I will ask you to account for your works in this and in all times, because when I came to earth to become a man, you talked with me and received my lessons as now. But at that time, while some of you believed, others doubted, and that time of grace, that opportunity for the advancement of your spirit, passed. But the Father gives his children new lessons and tests for their spiritual elevation and at this time I give you one more teaching, so that you can contemplate the promised land more closely. I have spoken to you through different spokesmen and since they are imperfect because they are human, you have doubted, more truly I tell you that I have come to use them, because I know them and have prepared them through centuries to present them to you in this time as the interpreters of my word. I have come to look for you, because my love for you is very great, I have outlined a destiny of restitution for each creature, in which the loving justice of the Father is reflected. Despite your mistakes, I am revealing to you your mission among humanity, but it is necessary that you meditate deeply and make yourself worthy of it. Think that I am not only manifesting myself before you in word, but also in inspiration and revelation through dreams and clairvoyance. People, you have not yet perfected yourselves, but you will be with me when you have purified yourselves by your merits. If you now consider yourselves ignorant, I will enlighten you and you will speak and surprise men. When you are ready, your desire will be to collaborate with me in the work of salvation of humanity. I am teaching you the truth and showing you the way so that you prepare yourselves and with your prayer and your works imitate me, remembering my examples of the second era. May all the acts of your life enclose love and truth, so that with them you bear witness to me. Remember that, not everyone who pronounces my name loves me, not everyone who pronounces my name venerates me, only those who fulfill my law bear witness to me. Now I come to give you some more time to rise up the ladder of your improvement, and do you know what the secret to elevation is? Love, sincerity, the limpidity of the heart and good deeds. That is why I have told you, clean the glass inside and out, keep watch, like the wise virgins of my parable, keep your lamp lit, speak firmly of my doctrine and do not fear or be ashamed of being my disciples, because if today you deny me, tomorrow, when you are convinced of my truth, you will feel pain. If you do not recognize me by my word, recognize me by the wonders that I have done among you. What I have promised you through the spokesman, I have fulfilled in the path of your life. Why do many deny my manifestations as the divine Spirit, if you are living the time of the Holy Spirit? If you asked me for proof of these revelations, I would give them to you, but if I put you to the test, what would you do? You would feel weak and small. I want to see in you the faith manifested by the sick who came before me in the second era, that of the paralytic, that of the blind and that of the incurable woman. I want to feel loved as a father, requested as a doctor and listened to as a teacher. Now I have not come to be immolated as in the second era, my spirit will only pour out in light, in essence, in all my children, to make them safe. When you have elevated yourselves on the path of your evolution, you will form a single spirit of good, of peace, to intercede for all your brothers. Unite with your love to the intercession of your spiritual mother, because the scepter of justice is about to arrive among men. Practice charity and give to your brothers, as I have given to you. Meditate on my words and feel responsible for your positions. Why do you sometimes forget that I have come full of love to forgive your faults and give you the opportunity to start a new life? Why do you fall into a routine, if I am preparing you to travel along the path of evolution, where you are discovering new and vast horizons and endless incentives for the spirit? Do not be moved only at the moment of hearing my word, do not cry over your faults without feeling it deeply, nor make false intentions of amendment that you will break very soon. Be vigilant and be strong, so that you are firm in your determinations, and when you promise to make amends, do so firmly and come to me full of joy to tell me, Father, I have fulfilled your mandates, I have obeyed you, I have honored your name. This is the announced time when I was to speak to humanity, and I want you to form volumes with this word that I have given you, in fulfillment of my prophecies, then make extracts and analyses of it and make it known to your brothers. Do you want to take care of this mission? I grant you the time to fulfill the charges that I have given you in my work and outside of it. Work and there will be peace and joy in your spirit. Practice without being vain, without locking yourself in a circle of selfishness, be a staff and an example for your material and spiritual brothers. Your mission is not limited to working for incarnated beings, but you must also help the disembodied, those beings in need of love and charity, that very few remember. It is not enough for you to believe and recognize my manifestation in this time, it is necessary that you practice the doctrine that I teach you. Do not let the children lose their way due to lack of teaching, see that their evolved spirits can stumble over the boulders of the wrong path, having been prepared to fulfill great missions. Parable. In the middle of a flourishing orchard, there was a venerable old man contemplating his work full of joy. A fountain that overflowed its crystalline waters irrigated the cultivated orchard. The old man wanted to share its fruits and invited the travelers to enjoy his goods. A sick man, leper, came to him. The old man looked at him with love, received him and asked him what he was requesting. The traveler told him, don't come near me because I'm a leper." The old man, without feeling disgust, let him in, gave him shelter in his house and fed him without asking him the cause of his illness. The leper, being under the protection of the old man, cleaned his body and full of gratitude told him, "I will stay with you, because you have restored my health, I will help you cultivate your land." Later, a woman came to that place, with desperation reflected on her face, and the old man asked her, "What do you need?" And she, crying, answered, "I cannot hide my fault, I have committed adultery and I have been thrown out of my home, my little children have been abandoned." The old man told her, "Do not fall into adultery again, love and respect your husband, and until you return to your home, drink of this crystal clear water and purify yourself." But the woman replied, "I can't go back, but send your call to my home and I will remain at your service." The days passed, and the little ones who had been left alone, went in search of the good old man because they knew that he distributed charity, and he said to them, "What are you looking for?" And they answered, "We are left alone at home, our parents have abandoned us and we come to you in search of bread and shelter, because we know that we will receive it from you." The old man told them, "Come in, your parents are with me, rest and meet them." All reunited, in that blessed company, they regained peace, there was forgiveness and reconciliation, and they returned to daily life. The regenerated father, cleansed of his leprosy, returned to shelter the woman under his roof and gave warmth to the little ones. She, repentant and clean, was the lap for the man and the cradle for his children. The little ones, who thought they had lost their parents forever, thanked the old man for giving them back and allowing their home to be rebuilt. Truly I tell you, if you look for me in your greatest problems, you will always find a solution for them. I am the old man in the parable. Come to me, I reject no one, rather, I use your trials to purify you and draw you closer to me. Come all, regain peace and health. Drink from the crystal clear fountain and be saved. Because I am the book of life and I have presented one more page for you to study and be strong in my teaching. Do you want to continue on this path? Know my law and comply with each one of my precepts. Do not give your father bitterness, do not make me suffer. See that my sacrifice is constant, because of your doubt and misunderstanding, you take me every moment to the cross. To you, men, I have granted an inheritance, a farm, a woman of whom you are administrators, so that you love her and cultivate her. And yet, your partner has come to me presenting complaints and crying about your misunderstanding. I have told you that you are strong, that you have been formed in my image and likeness, but I have not commanded you to humiliate women and make her your slave. I have made you strong to represent me in your home, strong in virtue, in talent, and I have given you as a complement in your earthly life, a woman companion, so that in the love of each other, you find strength to face trials and vicissitudes. Now I am calling you to my kingdom to make you safe, but you must work and make merits to climb the path of light that I have traced for you. I wait for you anxiously, come and you will be received as obedient children and there will be a party in heaven. Why do you feel weariness in your spirit, if I give you strength at every moment? Do not move away from me, even when there is fatigue or coldness that humanity has left in you. I am the resurrection and the life, if you trust in me, you will recover strength and joy. When you need a staff, lean on Elijah, your shepherd, and he will sustain you. When you need consolation and tenderness, turn to Mary, your heavenly mother, and feel her caress and her balm. Understand her love, she feels your pain and accompanies you in your sorrows. How great is her suffering when you twist the road and walk like blind men, after having contemplated this light. Pain has come to flood the heart of humanity. Today that prophecy is fulfilled that says, parents will disown their children and these will disown their parents. They will disown each other among brothers and will hate each other. You also see how homes are fields of discord and war. But I come to stop you on that path and tell you to drop those weapons of destruction and not to kill each other, to flee from chaos, come with me and follow me in the work of restoration. I ask you, have you not received comfort and strength in my word? Have you not been moved by my presence? Yes, disciples, if the flesh does not confess it, the Spirit recognizes me, thanks me and discovers the essence of my love at the bottom of this word. Didn't I promise you in the second era that I would return as the Spirit of truth? See how I have fulfilled all that I have offered you. Study, disciples, so that you may teach those who will come after you. Philosophers and scientists will look for you and I will speak to them through you, and in this way I will show them once again that I have used the poor and the simple. Get up, servants, and sow the land that I have prepared for you, because very soon I will come as administrator and judge, to ask you for the harvest of the seed that I have given you. I clothe you with my grace, so that you may be humble teachers of your brothers and heal the sick. Receive those who come in search of light and be clear for all. Advise and convert sinners, but do not boast that you are my disciples. When you feel the pain of your brothers and know how to console them, when you truly love and do charity without publishing it, then you can call yourselves my disciples. My peace be with you.